This is the one and only TQuest. You are tuned into the TQuest show, relatable, informative, yet entertaining. Special shout out to my listeners, and an even more special shout out to the new ones, which means I am doing my job as a promoter or someone was smart enough to tell you about my show. Make sure at the end of the show that you follow me on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM. Make sure you download that TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store. Sign up for my mailing list on my website, GottaLoveMeWorld.com. And if you are really smart, you will go and stream my music. Once again, it's your girl TQuest. You know, I always got to take advantage of my own platform, but now it's time for me to share with our special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump right into it. I would like to introduce to you Spanky Haynes.
What's happening?
Hi. How are you?
Good. Just smoking on some marijuana. I hope you don't mind.
I mean, you know, I'm not breathing it, so like I'm good. You know, I'm not catching no contact whatsoever, so we are good to go. Yeah. How's it out there in your area?
Oh man, California is great right now, man. Things back up. Beaches are open. I'm still a little scared of the shit, to be honest. But you know, but though.
No, I understand. I already started getting gigs, and then I started canceling as soon as they came in because I'm still not trying to catch that stuff. We don't know if it's really gone or not.
Hell no. I don't want shit in my nose.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. We don't need that whatsoever. I love the background. I'm all up in your business behind you.
Oh, shit.
The little screen shaver. That thing is kind of dope. I like that. I like that. Is that you?
That's Kobe.
That's Kobe?
Yeah.
That would have been funny if you did the same thing in his jersey and then you emulate the same exact pose.
You know what I'm going to do?
Okay, so let's jump right into it, right? So let's just say people don't know who you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's tell them who you are and where you're from and what you do.
Well, if you don't know who I am, you've probably been in jail, but they have Wildin' Out in jail too, so you might still know who I am. I'm Spanky Haynes, the originator of Wildin' Out, the creator of Wildin' Out, and a stand-up comedian.
Okay. You're the creator? Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Wield the balls. Okay, let me be nice, just in case I can get on the episode. So let's take it all the way back to the beginning, okay? All the way back to the beginning. Now, as an entertainer, was comedy your first love?
Football was my first love.
Okay, so what position did you play?
Running back.
Okay.
I was pretty good too, so I cut my toe off in a lawnmower when I was in like the 9th grade, I think. And then I started selling drugs. Pretty typical for a black guy. And then, you know, I discovered that I was funny out of all of that turmoil I was going through in my early life. So that's what stuck with me. So I tried it.
Okay. Now, see, it's kind of weird because, you know, with comedians, you never know if they really telling the real story or they're just saying something that's kind of funny, even though technically cutting off your foot or whatever, that's not really a funny story.
No, it's not.
But that really did happen?
If you want me to, I'll show you the toe that I cut off.
See, I'm the type I actually want you to show me the toe, but it's okay. It's okay. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
I told you. After it's over, I'll show you.
It's over? Okay. I'm going to hold you to that. Okay, so where did you start? Like doing comedy in front of your family and friends, talent shows, on the block, like where?
I was like the best capper in Detroit, Michigan, in my area. I was people would catch the bus to come to my hood to battle me.
Really?
Yeah, and that's when like PlayStation 3s was out. I would like bet for PlayStation 3, like whoever win get it. Like you can't battle me unless you got 500. Like I was pretty good in the hood, you know, slanging jokes.
And you used to win all the battles? Okay. All right. Do you have actually clips of this stuff?
No, this was all like personal.
Personal.
Like kind of MySpace kind of era, so nobody was really thinking about to post it and stuff like that.
Okay, it's funny because some people recently like, don't I know you? I'm like, you probably don't. It's like MySpace, right? I'm like, no, we don't throw it back that far back.
Wow.
We don't throw it back. I mean, some people mention Black Planet, Mi Gente. I'm just like, wow.
Wow, that's back in the day shit right
Like
there.
all the way back in the day. I'm like, let's just stay in the present because a lot of stuff in the past, a lot of people don't want to remember. So,
Exactly.
and I'm definitely one of them. You know what I'm saying?
A
So,
lot of dudes met their first baby mama on Black Planet.
you know what? I believe it. And I've dodged a lot of that on Black Planet.
I
So
bet. I
I'm
bet.
just going to tell you, I'm like so happy we didn't date, because I'm definitely not trying to be BM number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Hell
No,
yeah.
but shout out to them. It's not my business. And it's not about them right now. It's all about you. Right.
Right.
So you want to block, right? You getting everybody laughing and stuff like, oh, this name is making funny. Ow. So how'd you even get your first break?
I was in this MC Light fan club.
Okay.
And she had like the biggest one in Detroit at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So she would always come to Detroit for like no reason, just to see her fan club. And one day I was like, well, in summertime, I want to be your roadie. And she was like, okay. So she let me and my boy, Kid Style, be her roadie. So one day we was in like Cleveland or somewhere weird. And they didn't have enough, like, she didn't do, her set wasn't long enough. The person who was headlining wasn't there yet.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, here's your chance. And I was like, okay. And my went out there, had everybody turn all the lights on, and talked about everybody I could see.
And
And
it was history after that.
that was the start of Spanky Haynes.
Okay. That's
Shout out
kind
to
of
Light. I love you.
What'd you say?
Shout out to MC Light. I
Oh
love
yes, shout out to her. She's super dope, female MC. I met her a couple of years ago at a hip hop convention. I was just like, yo, it's an honor. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's open up for you or whatever. So especially
Yeah,
shout out to MC Light. But that just reminds me, when you really are great at what you do, you have a lot of confidence when you got to always be ready,
always.
and stay
Always.
ready because you never know when your opportunity is going to present itself.
Exactly.
So kudos to you for that because some people like, yeah, I do this and that. They be like, all right, go ahead, prove it. They be
Right.
like, yeah, I wasn't even ready. Like,
I'll do it tomorrow.
let me go write some real quick. Like, oh, I'm nervous. Or I'm like, you have to be ready if you're really trying to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Like a singer, when you say I could sing, the next 5 people in the next 5 minutes, somebody gonna say sing something.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta be careful with what you promoting out there if you ain't ready.
You're absolutely right. And that's why I stopped because now back in the day, they're like, oh, do something, I'll be glad to. Now everyone's a dime a dozen. I'm like, you know what? And then a lot of them are big headed. They're like, you know what? You can just follow me on social media, check out some of my clips, check out some of my songs, some of my performances. And like, now they too bougie just to be coming off the dome in front of people nowadays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do some research now.
Absolutely. All right. So let's keep going down the timeline. You had the opportunity to do the comedy for MC Light. What happened next?
That's when I went back home. Actually, I went to New York
Mm-hmm.
and I was pursuing it, but I was only like 16, 17, so
Okay.
no one let me in the clubs really.
Yeah.
So I went to LA and they did let me in the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I met Nick Cannon because we would both be young comedians and they made us stay in the kitchen or wherever the drinks weren't until we would go on stage.
Okay.
We made the pact that whoever made it first would definitely bring the other person on because we was the 2 youngest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I met Nick Cannon, by going to LA. Actually, San Diego is where he's from. So I would do shows at San Diego sometime, and that's where I would see Nick, and then that carried on to now.
Okay. And look at you guys now.
Yeah, look at that.
That's a beautiful thing. Always got to be ready. Always got to seize the moment, seize the opportunity because you never know what's going to come out of it.
And relationships.
Absolutely.
Keep your relationships. That's half the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Build those relationships. So, speaking of relationships, what other comedians did you instantly started to gravitate to along in your career?
Um, I particularly like a lot of the comedians. Just long as you don't bite my style.
Okay.
You know, I like pretty much all comedians. Like all of them. But my best friend in comedy is Tony Roberts.
Okay.
Another one, Dave Chappelle is a great friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
See him that often, not as often as I would like to, but D.L. Hughley, um, uh, Ted the Entertainer. The list goes on and on and on and on. Cat Williams is a great dear friend of mine. Apion. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much anybody you think I would be cool with, I'm pretty cool with.
Okay. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because, you can be in the industry, but that doesn't mean you cool with everybody, you rock with everybody. You want to just bring them all to the table on Sunday with the family. So I'm always curious who are the ones that's actually you click. Because sometimes it's not always the ones that you are doing a project with.
Never. Most of the time, never.
Mm-hmm. You'd be really shocked at who's actually besties in the industry.
It's not too many because we all looking for the same paycheck. So it's not
Mm.
a lot of friendship in there.
Okay. Was there any moments where you was going for a part and then someone like subbed you and got it instead of you?
No. But I will say one time I was reading for a movie and in the breakdowns they had a Spanky Haynes type. So I went to the audition. I maybe read about 8 or 9 times. Eventually, what the fuck? Like in the breakdown, it says a Spanky Hayes type, and the lady said, "Well, we wanted a Spanky Hayes type. We didn't necessarily want Spanky Hayes." So I tore that bitch office up.
Like literally?
Yeah, it was bad. It was
And
bad.
no, this is what we need to know. Like, what happened? I want to know details.
Well, I never worked for Ice Cube. That's one thing. 'Cause Ice Cube was the person who was doing the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it was in his casting office.
Mm.
Put it this way, I didn't feel good about what I did until I seen the movie Straight Outta Compton. And when he tore up the people's office in the movie, and I thought to myself, I did that to you, motherfucker. You didn't.
Mm. So you
So
actually inspired them for that scene?
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. He wasn't there. He wasn't there to see it, but
Mm-hmm.
he knew I did it.
Of course. It's going to get back to him regardless.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. And I never was mad at Ice Cube. I was just mad at the fact that this stupid ass bitch said we don't want Spanky Hayes. We want a Spanky Hayes type. I'm like, what?
I don't understand that. Like, why couldn't you just play the role that pretty much was written for you?
In this show business, you have a type. If you got a type, that's pretty dangerous. That means you're very good, but it could be harm you in a way too, because once they see you a certain way, you pretty much are that.
Yeah.
Like you can't, that's why I commend like Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Foxx, if he didn't do Ray, he would still be normal comedian Jamie Foxx.
Mm.
Because he did Ray, that said, that made the world say, no, this motherfucker is something else. This not just a comedian. So, and I think a lot of other entertainers, comedians, actors should get the same opportunity
Mm-hmm.
just so that they have other talents.
Absolutely.
I mean, the world would be something would never know that Jamie Foxx got all of that talent inside of him if
Mm-hmm.
he didn't take that chance or somebody didn't take that chance on him.
You're right, because
So,
his original album, a lot of people didn't even know about.
exactly. And but the boy could sing though, but it's just they looked at him as a comedian. So that's why it didn't come off right. But
Mm-hmm.
now he could do anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they was like, what? And then I'm glad that he took advantage of the platform that he got when he was able to do the Jamie Foxx show. Like, yes, you're being a comedian. You're showing your comedic side, but let them know you have another talent, which is singing.
Yeah. And that basically was the Martin Lawrence show done over, but
Mm-hmm.
with singing.
Absolutely. And I'm glad he did. I'm like, because you hear people on the shows and they be singing this stuff, but they don't really do much with it, or they just take that moment and then bask in that moment. I'm like, no, like you have the other gifts, use these other gifts. But then
Right.
some entertainers, they were like, no, just stick to what we like and what we know. I'm like, if you
That's,
got more than one gift, you might as well just use it and milk all of them.
yeah, that keeps you in a box. I mean, look at Tracy Lee Ross, like her new movie, and she's a singer in the movie, and she's getting to let out different talents. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's Diana Ross' daughter. No matter at the end of the day. So I mean, probably be able to sing a little bit.
Well, I always knew she can carry a little tune from her show Girlfriends, but they did it in such a theatrical way that it made it seem as if she didn't really know how to sing. She just
Right.
likes to sing. The ones that be struggling at karaoke style. I'm like, no, I'm
Right.
pretty sure she went to a few rehearsals. She got a few pipes up in there.
Yeah, and then she probably wanted to play that down anyway. Like
Mhm.
I don't want to be known as Diana Ross' daughter. I want to be Tracy Lee Ross. You know what I'm saying? So when you want to do that, that comes with that. So but it gets it now. So that's great.
You're right, absolutely. So let's really talk more about the movies that you've been in. Can you name some of them?
I was in a movie called Days of Wrath
Mm-hmm.
with a slew of people. I think that's on the internet somewhere. That was like supposed to be the movie that took me to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of complications. I was in the movie School Dance with Nick Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in another movie that's coming out. I think it's called For Her or something like that. It's a new Nick Cannon movie with Chris Brown and Birdman and a lot of other people. Um, I'm in a movie called Pauly Shore is Dead. Uh, I'm in a movie called, I forget the name of that one, General something. I forget. It's a hood movie. I've been in about 13 hood movies. Uh, I'm in I'm in a movie right now that's getting a lot of action on YouTube. It's called um man, what is the name? The Come Up. It's called The Come Up.
Mm-hmm.
It's an independent Detroit movie that's on the internet. It's getting a lot of friction. So I'm pleased with it. I think it's like 4 million views already or something like that. So it's doing.
So when the movies are on YouTube and they getting all the views, who get the credit for the streams? Or y'all just get a check and call it a day?
Yeah, well, an independent movie, you want to kind of get your money before you even start taping, and don't worry about the back end because it might not be a back end.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. So
So
how do you feel about all these independent films?
just being around and available and alive. Thank God. Uh, you do anything a long time, you're gonna end up doing it for real.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I just been in the business for a long time. I guess I had carried the same funniness and the same person. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of guessing,
Mm-hmm.
but I think just being around and
Okay.
just staying funny and taking like you said, using the platform that's given to you. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Because you are definitely a seasoned comedian. Because, like you said, you've been around for a long time. But certain artists or entertainers, when they get to a certain level, they were like, "No, I'm not doing that. I'm above that." And I'm like, "No, you got to be humble."
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, an opportunity is an opportunity, depending, as long as they're not robbing you blind.
yeah. Or making you wear a dress and you're a man. I don't support that. But
That's
you know,
funny. 'Cause I was going to ask you about that because there are a lot of comedians who have done it and still willing to do it. And what is your views on that?
I would never do that. I have a son, so
Mm-hmm.
I can't do shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably eating great, but as you're eating your shrimps, you have to be thinking, I had to act like I had a vagina
Mm-hmm.
to have this money. One particular time, I was doing Wildin' Out, and I had a girl character, and he wanted me to play a girl. I said, "Oh, I'll play a girl, but I'm not wearing a dress." And they said, "Well, girls wear dresses." I said, "Shit, not my auntie." So, I'm like, no, you put me in some leggings or something like that, I'll do it. I'm not wearing no dress. You can't see my skin on my legs while I'm playing the girl. That's not gonna happen.
So,
And that
mhm.
probably strike one for me. in show business, because when I stand firm on that, I start things were lessening for me, to say the least. But it wasn't, the fight wasn't over. It's just that, people was like, well, he won't wear a dress. So that's kind of a strike one.
Mm-hmm.
If you're against that. But if you do that, I would say be young and don't let that be your whole career.
Mm-hmm.
I would, okay, and I'll even say this: if a Lionsgate or somebody like that gave me a 5 picture deal, and one of those movies was me playing a girl or a fag or something, it wouldn't bother me as much. But if
Mm-hmm.
you give me one movie where I gotta play a fag, and then I might not ever get another movie, and I'm just gonna be Joanna Man forever, nah, no, ma'am.
Mm-mm. I'm
Mm-mm.
just trying to figure out, what did he do after that movie?
Life, but he was a homosexual in that too.
No, you're right. He was. He was.
I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you gotta be careful about what you wish for. Like, the shit is out here
Mm-hmm.
and it's given to you. Like I tell people all the time, fame is for free. Like, you can be famous for nothing. Most famous people I know are all broke.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get no money until I didn't care about being famous no more.
Mm-hmm.
So I was famous for so long, it didn't make sense to have only that label. What about being famous and rich? If you notice, there's not a lot of rich and famous motherfuckers.
You're right.
They're either famous or they rich. And most rich people that ain't famous, they fell off. But them the motherfuckers with all the money.
Mm-hmm.
You only working if you have to. This shit is like a real job. Like, I'm not going on stage if I already got money in my pocket. I'm going on stage if I don't got money in my pocket.
Mm. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, fame is nothing. I was famous in 2000. That was 20 years ago. Who cares about fame? You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. It's just shocking when people say 2000. It's still unrealistic to me that that was actually 20 years ago.
That was 20
You
years.
know, I just be like, dang, like the 90s is literally old school now. And I'm
That
like, how is that possible?
and you say 80s, shit, it's like your grandfather.
But it's still the most latest decade. 80s babies will always be on top. Number one. No debate.
81, 81, 81.
Absolutely, but you're absolutely right about that. And when it comes to those roles, especially as black men, I'm like, you really got to be careful. You know, you
Yeah,
never know what's going to happen after that. Some
you know,
people, okay, they respect you as an actor, keep it moving, or it can actually ruin your career.
yeah, because you're gonna get typecast. You do it too good, and you're only that. Urkel, you ever seen Urkel in anything else?
I saw him on an Instagram post with his daughter because they look like twins. Does that count or no? Don't count.
Not.
No.
Not
Um, I think he probably did like a Hallmark movie. I think
that
maybe
was.
he's like a director or something now. A lot
Okay.
of them get behind the camera. That's probably what it is.
But you know why? Is because they're typecast and they can't get another role, so they decide to go to the business side of it.
Absolutely, and he played it so well. Why would you even look at him differently than Steve Urkel?
Yeah, but that's crazy.
You know. So it is crazy and it's scary too because now it's like I can do this. Well, you want to look at you like that. Like a lot of comedians when they first get a serious role, you better really be a great actor or they don't look at you like you crazy. Like, what are you doing? Why they even gave you that role? Like Beyonce, she can never get right because they just think she's like the worst actor ever, no matter what
Yeah,
role she plays.
she is.
You
Yeah,
know, so I'm just
yeah. She has great music. She is a dynamic force in the industry, but
hmm,
every can't do everything
nope. Either you're gonna be good or you're gonna be horrible at it.
because she's been in way bigger movies than I've been.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because of the name,
yeah,
that's all it is. And I don't want the Beehive coming after me, but it's pretty much just her name. But at the end of the day, they know it's going to bring in the money, and sometimes that's what it's all about. Sometimes it's not really about your talent.
Nope. And then they get a soundtrack and put her on the soundtrack. The soundtrack will make more money than the movie sometimes.
Mundo. So have you ever played a superhero in a movie?
If I ever play a superhero. Yeah. His name was Captain Child Support.
Once again, let's go back to what I said earlier. Is it like legitly, or are you trying to be funny?
No, I'm never trying to be funny. I'm always serious. I'm the most serious person I know.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm not joking. But yeah, his name was Captain Child Support. It was in New Jersey, I want to say. It was like a little independent film that went pretty good. It went pretty good in New York and New Jersey. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Captain Child Support. And I played Ultraman in, I want to say 2007. I played Ultraman. In Japan, I was in Japan for like 3 years and filming. And it was a local show for Japan, but
Mm-hmm.
we only did like 2 seasons. And I was the guy that was in the costume. All the dialogue was in Japanese. So I didn't have to speak. All I had to do was have the shit on and come out and do the fight moves. And
Mm-hmm.
that was the easiest job I ever had in my life.
Okay.
Ever.
Overseas money.
Overseas. It was awesome.
Is there more money over there?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
independently, when you do like an independent movie out here and then one over there, do they pay you more for independent or the series or?
I would say yeah, they do because and I would say they appreciate you more. Like you could get something real big over here and go overseas and it's by 10.
Mm, okay.
So I think that's the secret that a lot of people don't share with people. Like overseas, there's more cities over there, there's more countries over there, there's more love, there's more money.
No, that do make sense. That do
Yeah.
make sense.
You just have to go to the currency exchange when you go to the airport and get
Mm.
your.
No, you're right. You're right.
That's
So my
all.
question for you, even though you're a comedian, but you're just an overall talented individual, when it comes to the movie part, before we step into something else, would you ever do a serious role? You think you can handle one?
Yeah, of course.
Like, what
Yeah,
type of role you feel like you could have played?
I can play
Your rise role.
anything. I think I could have played anything. Every movie I watch now, I think, man, I could have played that part. Damn, I could have played it. So I feel like I could play anybody.
Okay.
Any, I'm seasoned for it. My whole life has been spent on doing this, so it's nothing that I can't do.
Any dream roles as an actor?
I wouldn't mind being in Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being in Star Wars. Right now I'm creating a black version of Crank right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's action stuff and a lot of fighting, a lot of cussing, a lot of drugs, and it's gonna be fun.
Gonna be fun. Okay. All
Oh,
right. So all these movies that you've been in, and especially the ones that have been majority been independent, can people actually have easy access to check it out? Even the series that you did, or is it gonna be hard to find?
I would say pretty much YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube pretty much got everything. So just look up Spanky Hayes and movies, and then
And just keep scrolling.
it should come up.
Okay, okay. So besides the movies, before we get into dissecting more of the Wild and Now, what other projects have you worked on?
Um, I used to write for Yo Gabba Gabba. I
Really?
used yeah,
Okay, I used to watch that show.
yeah. My kids watched it every like it's like them watching a game, and I'm Kobe Bryant, and they're watching my games all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. But and rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, by the way. Uh, let's see. What was the question? I'm sorry. What was the other stuff I did? Okay, so
Yes, yes.
Yo Gabba Gabba,
Mm-hmm.
written on Corey in the House.
Okay.
I've written on Man, dude, there's so much stuff. I've written for a couple people, man. A lot of people. Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, Nick Cannon, Corey Holcomb, uh,
Mm-hmm.
um, D. Ray Davis, and then I've had people write for me. Carlos Miller, um, a couple of those people I named. We all kind of share ideas with each other because we're the people right now. We're the people that can give people jobs. So we got to stay strong.
Okay. So how does that work exactly in the comedy world or even in entertainment when it comes to writing for someone or writing with them? Do you guys all sit at like a table read?
Sort of,
How does that work?
kind of like here, TQuest. I wrote these jokes for you.
Okay.
Check these out. Okay, I'm this. You know how you talk about this? Okay, now. Okay, talk about. You know how you say this? Okay, talk about this. You know the joke you got like that? Okay, expand it more by saying this.
Hmm.
So it turns your 10 minutes to 25 minutes.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? All the stuff
Special.
you already had, just stuff you wasn't thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because like once you get a joke, just like once you get something you create to work, you kind of it's a slight arrogance to that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's normal for an entertainer. But for a civilian, I like to call them, they would never understand this. But it's like an arrogance you get when you learn that your creative mind works.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when you get stuff to work, you kind of don't use it fully because you know it works.
Mm-hmm.
Where another person can hear you say it and say, "But you forgot this, and you
Mm-hmm.
forgot that. Oh, I wasn't thinking of that. Well, this works, so I just didn't even want to go all through it. Yeah, go through that because it's longer and then it works. Oh, okay. So being a comedian ain't really about being funny. It's about being your time,
Yeah.
being a long time,
Mm-hmm.
holding attention for 45 to an hour. That's a long time to keep somebody's attention.
You
So
right. And everybody cannot do that.
no,
They really can't because I've dabbled in comedy. I've opened up for a lot of comedy shows, and then I can tell the amateurs from the seasons one, the ones who get nervous and nobody laugh. And I'm like, no, just keep going, just have a conversation. If it's natural, it's natural. Don't
right?
think it. But some people think they can do everybody's job. I'm like, we all have different titles for a reason because everybody can't handle everything. It's not just sometimes it's maybe comfortable talking in front of your friends, but go ahead in front of the mic in front of a crowd and see what's up. Because they there and they looking at you like you better be funny.
Yeah,
And
and
those
they
are
you.
crowd. Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother thing. Going up in front of people who know you, they know your timing. They know you're funny.
Mm-hmm.
In front of a person who don't give a fuck about that, totally different.
You're right. You're right. So I guess in the comedy world, if you're writing from one another, it's like how can I put this? Everything, like you said, is timed. And
Right,
then you have to go over it, practice it and stuff, and you actually have it like scripts in a way, right? Especially for specials and
right.
acting stuff. So I guess one question I always wanted to know when it comes to like wilding out, right? Is any of that stuff like pre-done or is it all freestyle?
I would say like 70-30 freestyle
Okay.
because we could freestyle something and it don't work.
Mm-hmm.
So we have something already written just in case what we think of don't work.
Hmm.
And then there's been some times where that didn't work.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of makes it still freestyle.
Okay. Like when they certain segments, like when they do the freestyle song, I'm like, how y'all all know the chorus within 30 seconds? Something's not adding up right now. They got a routine. They singing the song. I'm like, no, there's something here that they're not telling us.
Well, that's probably just a song that they tried before
Mm-hmm.
and worked. So it's one of those ones in the archive. So they probably tried to freestyle one and it probably didn't work. So they went to something that was written. But
Mm,
it
okay.
happened in certain cases, and I know that it looks like we rehearse it, but
Mm-hmm.
like we spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
So we all know each other's like strength. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're a good closer. You're a good person. Okay, you're a good dancer. You're a good, you know what I'm saying? So you go think of the dance move. You go do this. You go do this, and then we come back together. So it's like we all kind of just trust each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay.
so that's how that's the best way to explain it. Like we
Okay.
all work very hard to do that.
I can only imagine. So
Yeah.
who came up with the idea, like the concept of Wallen Out?
It was a group called The Other Level.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It was four black guys, Joe Blunt, Howie Bell, Thomas Ward, and myself, and sometimes Tony Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
And we do basically The Other Level on stage.
Yeah.
So we had a deal. It didn't work out. We had a deal with Will Smith. It didn't work out. Um, and 4 years later, Wild 'N Out came out.
Mm-hmm.
So Nick came and got me because I was the leader of the improv group.
Mm-hmm.
And we made a pact that if something happened like this, come get me.
Okay.
That was how Wild 'N Out started. He got a deal with MTV. MTV wanted it. He came and got me. We went and got the cast. It took us like 3 years to really get Wild 'N Out moving.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best idea in the world, but it had to have the budget. We was waiting on the budget. Then when MTV finally came and gave us the budget,
Mm-hmm.
that's when it began. But that's like college for me. Like Wild 'N Out is like college, like the place where I went. Yeah, I was known. I was a star player and whatever have you. And now I'm a grown ass man, and I'm not in college no more.
All right. So how many seasons are we in now with Wallen Out?
I would say 15 or 16.
Ooh, and how many were you in?
About 10 of them.
Okay. So in that moment during graduation time,
Right.
what was going through your mind? Like, you know what? I'm ready to graduate.
I just kept saying I want to get from under Nick,
Okay.
and not because that's not a great place to be,
Mm-hmm.
because it is.
Absolutely.
Nothing like a friend besides a rich friend,
Mm-hmm.
and he took care of me. He did a lot of conversations for me that I didn't have to, and I appreciate him for that. He made people respect me, and that was very kind to him because he didn't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I love the guy to death. Uh, but I wanted to get from under him because I wanted people to see that it was me the whole time,
Yeah.
and not like it's not him. Like he don't have no talent. He has a whole gang of talent. But what
Absolutely.
I'm is my talent blend with his talent, so
Mm-hmm.
they couldn't see mine
Yeah.
until we started doing Wild 'N Out, and then I started becoming the standout guy.
Mm-hmm.
The labels or not labels, but the networks didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you another story. Okay, so after we develop Wild 'N Out and we get it, and we MTV is casting, they made me audition, and they didn't want to pick me. So can you imagine Wild 'N Out without me?
Mm-mm.
And I looked at that casting agent every time I seen her, like, you stupid bitch.
Mm.
So but then I felt like they were just trying to take it from me early,
Mm-hmm.
trying to take all my power away, and my power led with Nick. he was the only one that allowed me to use my power.
Mm-hmm.
And other people didn't understand that because he didn't want to say, well, this is the nigga who made it up. But if he had said that, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. But that was that.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Nick Cannon to death, all his brothers, and they are my family. His mom, his dad. I know that's my brother.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. So when you look back on it throughout the years after you left, you like, dang, I miss being up there, or you're just proud of what you guys accomplished and what you guys created.
I actually, after I quit, yeah, I definitely was happy about what we created.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did was like probably unheard of in show business. Like, I got on, I guess what you would call on, and I started trying to be regular.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to be in the business no more. I wanted to be a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Although I know I had spent all these hours on TV, I
Yeah.
wanted to be normal. I didn't like the way Hollywood was treating me. I didn't like the deals that I was getting. I didn't like how they were coming at me with different shit. I just felt like I had did more than this.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. So I got mad about the industry and I quit. I quit for like 6 years, and those are the years that I went on Wilding Out. I was erasing. I erased myself. So when the Tyrese thing came up, when I called Tyrese a fag, I don't know if you know about that, but I had a big internet beef, probably one of the first internet beefs. Me and Tyrese. If you look it up, it's right there on YouTube. He
Everything
did.
on YouTube.
And if you remember, Tyrese had brought out that big, stupid ass long thing about doing dumb shit. Remember with the thing? He was talking about me.
mm.
Yeah, he was talking about me the whole time because I called him a fag. And to me, he still looked like a fag because I wouldn't have spent 30 minutes on saying I'm not a fag. I just would have let it go. So, you know. So all of that happened while I was retired. So I didn't, that's why I did, I think, 2 videos on Tyrese. One, I think, one of them, something like that. I responded to Tyrese one time, and that's because I wasn't active.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't, I knew I couldn't, I wasn't going to see him the way I was living and had isolated myself. I knew I wasn't going to see him.
Mm-hmm.
So why beef with somebody that you ain't going to see?
Yeah.
What, just entertainment? No, it's not entertainment with me. So
Mm-hmm.
that was that. But I came back because I'm the greatest. And people will keep saying that. Like, why you don't do comedy no more? Why you I tried to get a job, and the dude who was hiring, he said, I'll hire you, but I gotta be able to say Spanky Haynes from Wild Out. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. That means I need to go back to work.
Mm.
So, that's why I took the job at Wild Out. Came back and, blessed him with some more shit. And let's see what goes from there, man. Like, Obi Trice did a song about me, 2 songs, Spanky Hayes, dissing Nick Cannon. So that was a trip. But shout out to Obi Trice because nobody ever put my name in the song.
Fine.
All the songs, Spanky Hayes. So thank you.
Okay. So my question for you is, you said that you didn't feel that Hollywood was respecting you as a actor or a comedian when you decided to take the break.
I think just period. I
Why?
think
So?
I think if you do 4 jobs, you should get 4 paychecks. That's just me. Maybe in a perfect world that happens, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe real world. But I was doing too much to get 1 paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
I was given 18-hour, and this not even filming. This is pre-production.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm like, I just didn't feel it no more. And then when we moved to MTV2, we had to basically show those guys how to record the show. So again, I'm teaching you, and I'm not getting paid for this.
Which means another check should be involved.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I start complaining, it was, let's get rid of him.
Yeah.
He fuck dick. He ain't about to wear a dress. He don't do cocaine with us. He's rebellious.
Mm-hmm.
He's learning the business. Let's get rid of him.
Mm.
But and that's why I self-proclaimed myself as the Little Wayne of comedy, because right after I retired, it was about 10 motherfuckers that was in comedy who acted like me all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Kept,
Yeah. Spanky style was needed.
Spanky Haynes type, not Spanky
Spanky.
Haynes.
Maybe it really is needed since you want to retire on everybody. You could just took a break on vacation, but you had to retire.
I had to. I had to be missed. I had to like on Instagram, I followed everybody about right before the COVID. Just on some, let me just see if my numbers go up, or let's just see. My numbers, I got like, I don't know, like 5,000 more followers in 3 months because I unfollowed everybody.
It's funny because I saw that and I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna say follow me back. You won't.
And that's only
Beyonce right now ain't following nobody.
right, right.
Horrible.
It's just I gotta, in life, not just in show business, but in life, like you gotta stand for something, man, or you're gonna be a whore to this game, and they're gonna turn you out some kind of way, drugs, sexual. This thing is about what could we give you so you could do what we need for you. This is a barter and trade system, is what people don't even understand. They just think it's glitz and glamour.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand that them rappers that y'all watching, them cars that they in the video, at the end of the video, the person who owns the car takes that motherfucker.
Absolutely.
The chains they got on the jewelers right there on the set to make sure they don't scrape the diamonds up.
Better not pop one thing.
And that's what this people nowadays don't understand. And
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram, like, because Instagram is a platform for regular people to feel like a star. That's why you will see a girl that's ugly as fuck with the fattest ass. She don't even show her face. All she gotta do is show her ass. And on every Friday, she make it move. She gonna get 1 million followers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let her be a light skinned ass. She got 2 million. Don't let her be a white girl with a fat ass. Forget about it.
Yeah,
So,
right.
so the world right now is disillusional. There's no realness in this world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Started with reality TV shows. It's not even reality. You know what I'm saying? They put and now that in the Instagram world, I could put a picture of myself and get 42 likes, and then I could steal a picture from Floyd Mayweather's wrist with all his diamonds on his wrist and post that, and I'll get 1 million fucking likes off that. And
Horrible.
it ain't mine,
Mm-mm.
and they know it ain't mine. So this whole world right now is stupid. It's about trying to be famous, and this should learn the world that fame is for free.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram is free. All you gotta do is have a phone.
Facts.
So you could be famous by just having a phone. That's not reality.
Mm.
And then they tried to put all these Instagram comedians in real comedian positions. You see it, all of them died. The only one that lived was DC Youngfly, because he was smart enough to get under Nick, or however that happened,
Mm-hmm.
to put him on TV as a platform.
Absolutely.
5 years ago, he was a normal nigga with nothing to do. And I'm not taking nothing against that. It's my little homie. I love the guy. I love the guy. But I'm stating facts. Before Instagram, who was he?
I've never heard of him.
A nigga on the block. So all of this Instagram shit. I mean, look at Just Hilarious. Like, she's the girl version of DC Young Fly, if you ask me.
True.
She came up off of social media.
Mm-hmm.
They put her in the biggest spot she probably never imagined, being on a TV show with Lil Rel, who's not ready, and Sinbad.
He not ready for what? Act like in TV, acting, comedy. He not ready as far as
He's ugly. No homo, but aren't movie stars supposed to be pretty? Don't you want to fuck movie stars? You ain't supposed to just say, "Oh, he's okay." That's not how show business is ran. You have to be you have to look, feel, talk, dress, smell, drive, walk. Hollywood, show business. That's what I'm saying. These are, and no homo. I'm not judging men. I don't judge men, but these are ugly guys.
that's why he only had one season because he was ugly.
I'll ride with that. And then they put Sinbad on there, I'm saying rapping, who was acting circles around both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it ended. Like, you can't let the veteran win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to have a veteran there to tell you how to win the championship, but he ain't supposed to win it for you. He already won one.
Absolutely.
So Just Hilarious is another person who's great on the internet, but not so good.
Everybody can't take it to the stage.
Everybody shouldn't, but Instagram is misleading.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can pay for likes, you could pay for followers, you could pay for promotion, you could pay for this kind of shit. So if I gotta pay for it, does that mean this ain't shit?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Whatever. That's just my thoughts.
No, I definitely respect your thoughts for sure. I really do. So let's focus back on you. Okay.
Okay.
What are you in the midst of working on or was working on before this situation occurred?
Well, I have, like I mentioned earlier, I'm working on it's a movie series called Hustle,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically a black crank. It's about a guy who drug dealer guy who owes somebody money and they come kill his whole family and drop some dope on him, trying to plant it on him so he can get arrested. And he wakes up in enough time to change it.
Mm-hmm.
But and then he goes on a hunt for these people. There's a lot of violence, it's dope. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really good. It's a black movie and it's gonna be great for a black film. I'll put it
Mm-hmm.
that. Because
Oh,
a lot of black films nowadays aren't great.
I'll have to agree with you on that one.
You know, everybody's on this Black Five Blood thing. That's the most terrible shit I ever seen in my life.
What is it?
Spike Lee's new movie is called The Five Bloods or something like that. It's on YouTube, Netflix.
Okay.
It's, I'm not gonna down another black man, but go see it yourself.
Okay. I think that's actually on my list of things to check out on Netflix. No,
Don't.
definitely gotta go and see it.
I would say go in with an open mind and don't expect much.
I never do.
There you go.
So I can never really be disappointed. And if I get bored, I'll just hop on my phone real quick. So, seasoned veteran, been in
Yes.
the game forever. What are some things you feel like you still haven't accomplished and you're looking forward to doing? Besides Star Wars. Right. What? Yep, so this is your girl TQuest. And in life, things happen. Yeah. So I would like to say thank you to our guests who had to go really quickly. Technology is not always your best friend. But yeah, there we go.
So sorry. People calling my phone and shit. Like,
I'm not even so disrespectful.
I can't hear you. Hold
Oh man.
on. Say something.
Nothing.
Wait.
Did you just unmute yourself? Can you hear me now? How about now? Anything? A little bit? Nothing. Can you read my lips?
I'm a hang up and call right back.
Oh, okay, great. So the best thing about having this show and being such a professional, I can do all the editing I need to do. You know, so we're just gonna wait for him to come back on. But I appreciate all you guys tuning into the TQuest show with Spanky Haynes. You know what I'm saying? And after this, when I get the audio, I'm going to edit it. So it could be the perfect show ever. This is so freaking fun. You know what I'm saying? And I see all you guys chiming in on the live. Normally I'm responding to you guys, but I'm trying to pay attention to my guest while I'm talking to them, you know, which means I can invite people to watch the show. You know, you guys have to organically see it on my page and then yeah, continue to watch. So I'm just rambling until he gets back. I would love to talk to Vida, but he ain't even on his screen no more. The one who really put this together. I see Carmen down there, people in the green room. I'm not sure if they want to come on and say hi or not, but you know, it is what it is. But make sure you guys continue to stay here because we about to wrap it up anyway. You know, I'm gonna give him another like 8 minutes for the show. Because you guys already know the TQuest show has to be an hour. So we're gonna rock out and do what we do.
Go. We back.
Can you hear me now?
Yup.
Okay. I had to entertain the guests while we're waiting for the superstar to come back, you know? Because the show must go on.
Thank you. Here we go.
Not a problem. And I was telling them it's fun. I can do all the editing because all I really need is the audio. So let's run it back a little bit. So even though you are a seasoned veteran in my eyes when it comes to comedy and entertainment, what are some things on your entertainment bucket list that you have yet to achieve that you're looking forward to in the future or hoping to do?
I want to direct a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I want to create a new Martin in a
Really?
sense because I believe Martin was the best show of the 90s because it showed a vulnerable brother. Every other brother is like hard. They don't care if they break up with their girl, fuck a bitch. Martin Lawrence will cry at any. He loved Gina.
Absolutely.
And you ask me, that's where a lot of black love came from in the 90s because seeing it. Right now, you don't see black love. None.
It's frowned upon for some odd reason.
Look at Black as Fuck, which is Kenya Barris' my homie.
Mm-hmm.
He got the white. We didn't even know that she was black until this show.
What? You did it?
I didn't know she was black before this show.
Quincy Jones' daughter.
Yeah, I never put that together.
Well, look at her.
Becca, and she would play, some great shit. But I'm saying I just never thought she was black until now.
Yeah.
So you know, that just goes to say, like, it's no black love. Like, if you look at that instantly, you don't think that's a black couple. You think that's a black dude with a Mexican girl. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. Mm-mm.
I'm just saying, you know, you just don't see black people in love on TV anymore.
Mm-mm. And
You-
what they do is look like it's corny or cheesy and nothing they actually want to watch.
right.
Like,
And then
you know.
now put that on reality TV again. Because if it wasn't for Mona Scott is the fucking devil, if it wasn't for her putting love and hip hop
Mm-hmm.
on TV and making everybody think that these people love each other, they fucking hate each other. They don't even see each other until it's time to tape.
Mm-hmm.
But this is black love
And
because
never
love,
put on no hip hop.
yeah, it's love in the title. So that's love. That's
Right.
fucking
I mean, from the original vision of it was supposed to be Jim Jones and his girl, and then it just spiraled into something. It was like, where's the love and where's the hip hop?
right.
You
Chrissy, who actually Jim Jones and Chrissy actually love each other.
know. So it
So,
started from a good place.
huh?
It started from a good place.
Yeah, but that's why it didn't work because they actually love each other. It's
Mm.
no drama.
Yep.
So they had to go with, well, who would do shit that ain't real? You know, who wants a new career? That's all that is.
Absolutely.
Lil Scrappy wouldn't be. Well, I love Lil Scrappy. What's the other nigga in the tribe? Look, Young Jock wouldn't be shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
No, you're right. So this new Martin will be about black love. Anything else?
Just relationships and growing up, and this the only difference between Martin and the show I'm creating is this couple went to college together,
Mm, okay.
so they know each other and they plan this, and it's more about showing black families how to plan
Mm,
instead of just it just being, you
mm.
know, your lights don't have to get cut off every 3 months if you plan. You know what I'm saying?
No, I totally understand. I totally get it.
Yeah, yeah. You
Uh-huh.
need if you plan.
Planning is everything for sure. So it's not really like a dream. Like you are actually working on this
Yeah,
now, bringing this vision to life.
yes, yes, ma'am.
That is
So
beautiful.
with it.
Say what now?
I'm going to Netflix with it. It's not a done deal yet because I'm not done with the content. But once I'm done with the content, it's going to be a no-brainer.
Okay, so are you going to be holding auditions for certain roles and everything?
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Drop the info. What's up?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
All right. So when you do drop it, how do we find information?
I'm sure when it gets dropped, it's going to be on all over Netflix, and you already know how Netflix give it up. They're going to push that shit to the limit. So
Mm.
you definitely know what's coming out. But you heard it first on the TQuest show.
You already know. Let them know. Go ahead.
Yeah, she got the info. Yeah,
Got the exclusive, as I should get it. No, but I think that is actually super dope. I remember when they was actually going to come up with Martin 2, and they had the girl that was going to play his daughter and everything, but it just never went anywhere.
that'll never work.
I know it wouldn't. It was kind of cheesy too when they had like the pictures and stuff. I'm like, it would never amount up to the classic.
No, and then Tommy's deceased. Rest in peace, Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Too much, too much, too much. I love Carl Payne.
Mm-hmm.
That's my brother from another mother.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see him working right now on I think he's on uh Nickelodeon show right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I love that because look how much time, look at the gap he had. Like
From
it's like,
Cockroach.
yeah, can't anybody can work just to be working, but how many times can you work and you're satisfied?
Mm.
You know what I mean? And it means something. And it's real content. It's something that you go to sleep better knowing that you got this out. Like that's work to me. Like just to be in a movie just because it's in it. That's how you get the gay roles. That's how you get the punk roles. That's how you get typecasted because you keep playing this thug or you keep playing the crackhead or you keep all work ain't good work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But to a starving artist, I sound like an idiot though.
No, you don't.
But they don't understand that. They won't understand it until they start really working, and then they can decipher. Oh well, that shit I've been doing is whack compared to this shit.
Absolutely. So I'm glad you mentioned about the starving artists and stuff because before we wrap this up, like I said, for someone like you who's been in it for a minute, and maybe there's some people who want to be in this entertainment industry, maybe as a music artist, an actress, a comedian, or whatever, but they don't want to do the whole instant Instagram famous, but really want to put in the work to get to where you are. You have any words of wisdom for them?
Get out the way. If you don't want to put in the work, get the fuck out the way. Go apply to be a garbage man. Work at fucking Walmart. Do something else. You're in the way. If you don't dedicate 8 to 10 hours a day towards this, you're not gonna make it.
Mm,
Being cute only gets you fucked. So I'm only saying that on the girl side. I mean, you could be cute and think you're talented because you're cute and you got a fat ass or you whatever, you look good in a bathing suit. But basically, at the end of the day, that just means you could get fucked.
mm,
Cute in this business is penny. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Oh my god, it's a penny.
mm.
You see it so many times it don't even make sense no more.
Okay.
So starving artists, please put more time into this. And you can't expect anyone to follow you because it's not their dream, it's yours.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Get anybody to follow you, you have to really be on your shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my advice. If not, if you can't do that, uh, work in the zoo at the zoo in the summertime. I don't know. Do something else. Get the fuck out of the way because it's too many people in the way that don't have no talent, but they just got nothing to do and can be on Instagram all day and promote themselves all day.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they get a shot, they suck. The music go out. The mics wasn't right. This
Mm.
you didn't prepare because this is not really your life.
Blaming everybody else.
Right. Like people that's fantasizing about this, get out the way.
Mm-hmm.
This if you've been doing entertainment for over, I'll be fair, 4 years and you don't see nothing coming from this, you should probably get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're gonna waste your life. You're gonna waste your whole 20s, your whole teens.
Mm-hmm.
30, you gotta be doing something solid. So don't
Yeah, absolutely.
on some shit you unsure about. If you're not putting, like I say, 8 to 10 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna get it.
Mm-mm.
It's not free. You could be an Instagram comedian, but just only your friends know you. Some people should just like that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, movies and play in the big boy league. You gotta really believe it more than anybody else.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
So, since you do not want to be known as Spanky Hayes a while and out, what do you want to be known for? What's your tagline?
Well, I want to be known for in general or just right now.
Give me
Both
both.
said and done.
Everything. Give me everything.
Well, I guess I, I want to be remembered as just every time you look at me, you just laugh.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you just be like, that nigga was real, but he was funny.
Mm-hmm.
No, I call myself Fopac because that's like the fat Tupac. So like, got double the truth that Tupac had.
Okay.
So I just want to be known as a person who told the truth. Told, however you want to say it. Told his truth. Told the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Told a truth. Whatever it was. I
Yeah.
just in it with truth somewhere in there. And other than that, I don't give a fuck what people think because this is my life. And most people who talk shit about you never drove a Ferrari. So
Yeah.
fuck.
Okay.
No family got a Tesla. So fuck you.
Okay. Any final words for our listeners besides that?
My final word is to please keep supporting TQuest in her quest. And whenever you see something with Spanky Haynes on it, just click on it and enjoy it. And love God and love your mother. If you have kids, try to take care of them as best as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Women, please stop putting men on child support because that doesn't work for you. And I think the last thing I want to say to women is, women, do you think that God paid child support for Jesus? That's all I want to say.
Well, you heard it here first. I have never in my entire life heard that before, but you wouldn't be you if you didn't say anything like that, and I appreciate that.
And it's very true. If you think about it, that's some true shit.
Yeah. So, on that note, on behalf of Writer Magazine, your girl TQuest, I want to thank you, Spanky Haynes, for taking the time out to be on the TQuest show.
Thank you, man. And thank you, Writer Magazine, for letting me be on the cover. It was some outstanding big booty women that I enjoyed every second of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Rome is a great host and a great CEO. Good.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you follow him. Oh, you don't follow him on social media, on Facebook or Instagram or anything, because you don't follow anybody, do you?
No, but he tags me and then I could see what he's doing.
Oh, yeah, because earlier he did some type of Jello one. It was quite art what he posted today.
I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, I want to we'll talk about that after the show. But I appreciate you for coming on the TQuest show once again, Spanky Hayes, and I appreciate everyone for listening. And you guys know where you can find. Wait, do you want them to follow you?
Spanky Hayes 2020 on Instagram, Carlos Hayes on Facebook.
It's a fan page on Facebook.
No, Carlos Hayes. I think if it is a fan page, it's not mine.
It's a real page?
Yeah, Carlos Hayes. That's my government name.
So if I want to go look it up, it's going to be a regular page, not a fan page.
Right.
Are you going to accept me?
Yeah. Now, Facebook, I'm cool with. Yeah, but Instagram is.
No, I already checked that ahead of time, so I already know I'm not going to be looking for a follow back from you, Beyonce, nobody like that. I already noticed that. I'm not going to set myself up for failure.
Okay? Oh, don't make me feel bad.
No, I want you to. I'll give you a second. No, but once again, I want to appreciate you coming on the TQuest show. You guys already know how to follow me on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM. Download that TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store. Make sure you write me a review and keep them 5 stars holding strong because I love making Apple all day, especially during Google because that means I'm actually someone of importance. And remember to sign up for my mailing list on my website, godlovemeworld.com. And if you need any of my services, and that list is very long, all you gotta do is email me at tquestglm@gmail.com, especially if you need me as a voiceover specialist, because you know I am the voice. Make sure you guys contact me. Once again, it's your girl TQuest. And if you really got love for me as another struggling artist, go stream my stuff. So maybe one day I can buy me a bottle of water. Until next time, it's your girl TQuest. And over and out. Wow.